Once upon a time, a Zen master and his disciple were passing through a village. It was getting dark and the journey was long. Both were very hungry. They saw a house nearby and knocked on the door. A man dressed in torn clothes came out. Zen master said to him, "We are very hungry. Can we have something to eat?" Man welcomed them in his house and fed them. After eating, when Zen master looked around, he saw a very fertile land nearby. Land was fertile, but looking at crops, it seemed that man did not pay much attention to the field. He went to man and asked, "How do you make a living?" Man replied, "I have a buffalo which gives a lot of milk. I make a living out of it." It was night time, so Zen master asked to man if they can stay there for a night. Man agreed. Zen master stayed there along with his disciple. At night, master woke up his disciple and said, "Let us get out of here now, and we will also take his buffalo with us." Disciple did not like what his master said, as man helped them so much, and buffalo was the only source of his living. But what could he do? He followed the instruction of his master, and both took the buffalo along and left silently. Even after years, this thing kept bothering disciple. So one day, disciple decided to meet that man. He reached village, and when he reached near that man's field, he was surprised to see that the vacant fields were now turned into fruit orchards. Disciple could not believe his eyes. Just then, man appeared in front of him. Disciple greeted him and said, "Years ago, I met you with my master." Man invited disciple to his house and then said, "That day, my buffalo was lost. I looked for it everywhere but could not find it. I did not know what to do. Then I went to forest and started cutting wood and sell them. With that money, I bought some seeds and planted them in my field. Harvest was good that year. I used that money to plant fruit orchards. Now my business is going very well. At present, I am the biggest trader of fruit in this area. Sometimes I think if I had not lost my buffalo that night, all this would not have happened." Disciple said, "You could have done this work earlier also, before losing your buffalo." Man replied, "At that time, my life was going on easy without any hard work. I did not think of doing hard work, as money from selling milk was enough for my daily needs. I never thought that I could do so much." If we see in our life, we will find that many times in our life, there are things which prevent us from becoming successful. If there is such laziness in your life, then leave it today. If you want to do something big in life, then you have to get out of this comfort zone. Maybe you have to do some sacrifice for this too. It is difficult to do, but not impossible. And once you get out of this comfort zone, then only sky is the limit for you. Buddha was traveling from place to place. Once he decided to stop in a village for few days. The people of the village were reaching to see him and listen to the sermons. Some people would go to him to ask solutions for their problems. In a few days, many people started coming to see Buddha. One day, a woman came to him and said, "You look like a prince. Why did you renounce worldly pleasures in your youth?" Buddha said, "I wanted to know the answers to 3 questions. This body of ours is still young and attractive, but one day it will be old, then it will be ill, and then eventually it will die. I had to know the cause of old age, sickness and death. That's why I left my palace and took retirement. The woman was very impressed to hear these words from Gautam Buddha. She invited Buddha to her home for food. Buddha gladly accepted her invitation. Soon this news spread throughout the village. After knowing this, the villagers came with the head of village to meet Buddha. They told Buddha not to go to the woman's house because her character is not good. Buddha asked the village head, "Do you believe that the woman is characterless?" Village head said, "Yes, I can take out that. She is a woman of bad character. She has physical relations with many men of this village. So please don't go to her house." Buddha looked at him, held right hand of village head and asked him to clap. Village head replied, "How can I clap? I cannot clap with one hand because you have held my other hand." Then Buddha said, "If you cannot clap with one hand, how can that woman be characterless unless men of this village are characterless? No woman can be characterless without a man. If the men of this village are not characterless, then the woman is also not characterless." Hearing this, all the men of the village were embarrassed. Then Buddha said, "If we want to create a good society, then we must first improve ourselves. If we improve ourselves, only then society will also change." Everyone was ashamed to hear this and silently walked away from there. If we see in the world around us, we will find that it is very easy to blame others for the evils of society. But we have to understand that society is made up of us people. Unless we improve ourselves, how can we improve the society? Therefore, if we want to improve the society, then we will have to improve ourselves first. Only then we can make this world a better place for living.